Hello, I hope you are blessed wherever you find yourself. I just wanted to share an encouragement with you about just a Christian community as a whole. You know, sometimes as Christians, we kind of sometimes believe in the individuality. You know, sometimes we just want to be alone. Sometimes we find ourselves in a place where we just feel like it's enough to be a lone ranger, if I may say, as a Christian. But that is discouraged in the Bible. It's not something that is really even common in the New Testament, as even in the Old Testament, as Christians, that it's not really good for a Christian to be alone, to just walk the path alone. If you look in the New Testament, we start seeing something that Jesus himself established that we know very well, which is called the church. And that's the body of Christ. The Bible describes it as the body of Christ. And all of us as Christians are described to be part of that body. And once we separate ourselves from that body, that's where the part of that body dies. We are likened to, well, it is likened to be like a vine. If you are that vine branch that cuts itself off from the vine, obviously you will die. That's what Jesus says, that I am the true vine and you are the branches. If you do not attach yourself or abide in the vine, you will surely die. And that's like what nature is showing. If there is a log of wood and it's in the fire, once you pull out that log, it will stop burning eventually. So now, if you look in the Bible, Hebrews 10, it says, "And let us consider how to stir up one another to love and good works, not neglecting to meet together as it is the habit of some, but encouraging one another, and all the more as you see the day is drawing near." You see, here, the writer of the book of Hebrews is saying that we have to stir up one another. Where would you find the stirring up if you are apart from the body? It is very important for us to be together as Christians, that we stir up one another in love, that we love and do the good works that we are saved for, you know, and also not neglecting to meet with one another. There is a rise in the Christian circles of people who feel like, I do not need to go to church, I do not need the church, but that is opposite to what the Bible is saying. We have to meet with one another, because where two or more are gathered there Christ will be. And Jesus established the church that this may be fulfilled, that Christians should rise up together and really carry on the mission that Jesus has already established for the church to convey this message to the world. But before that, we have to gather with one another, stir each other up, use our gifts to equip each other in order for us to go. So if you are that Christian who feels like, I do not need other people in the church, I do not need to gather with other believers, friend of mine, you are really mistaken, because by the time you detach yourself from the body, you will be like that branch that detaches itself from the vine, and that branch dries up and dies. And if you want to really grow, if you want to really walk into your giftings that God has given you, what is the better place for you to exercise this than the establishment that Jesus himself established, which is the church? So I want to encourage you today, stay with other believers, stay in the vine, abide in the body of Christ that he himself established. May God bless you.